Hey there, Prof T here. Today we're going to talk about how to improve your writing. Right. Okay. Oh, okay. You're here. Yes. Fine. You want some more? We got some more. I can give you some more. How about we do two tools and a mindset, huh? This time we'll start with a mindset. Write drunk, revise sober. This is a saying some of you may have heard, some of you may not have, but it's one that stuck with me for many years. We're talking about the reps, the writing reps that you need to get in to improve your writing, and then we'll talk about refinement, and of course, we'll come back to the learning flywheel to wrap it up and tell you all why it matters, why writing matters. Okay, the mindset: write drunk, revise sober. No, this is not about inebriation. This is about lowering the bar. This is about removing those inhibitions to just get started and then coming back later to revise and refine at the right time. This is about withholding judgment. This is about not editing yourself at the start before our ideas even have had a chance to take shape. It's about getting those ideas out, getting those dreams out, and then coming back to polish and refine those ideas at the right time. It's about separating the two actions, writing and refinement, and knowing what to do when. First, we write, then we refine. And when it comes to writing, I got a little acronym for you here: the reps, the 4 steps you need to get your writing reps in to improve your writing. You ready? Love an acronym. Love a great mnemonic device. You're never going to forget this. When it comes to getting your reps in, you write, you write, you proceed with the writing, and then you write some more. Really? What did you expect? It's that simple, right? It's not a, a complicated process. It's not a magic trick. It's no secret. You just start writing something. It can be important thoughts, it can be your to do list, it can be anything that you want that's on your mind. Just start writing, but write for yourself, right? It's not the emails for work, it's not the text messages to keep up with the family and friends. You're going to do that anyway. Yes, yes, that's writing, but that's writing that is a means to an end. You're going to do that writing anyway. What you need to be doing to improve your writing is writing for yourself. What you need is deliberate practice, something where the focus, the end, the importance is the writing itself. That's what you need to be doing. That happens outside of the work and the connections with family and all of those things where writing is just a means to an end. No, you need deliberate practice. You need focused writing. You need writing where writing is the purpose itself. That's what you need to do. Those are the reps you need to put in. And here's how. These are 3 exercises. See what I did there? These are 3 exercises that keep me coming back to the page and keep me writing continuously. Free writing, or free association. That's where you just put pen to paper and just start writing. Whatever comes into your mind, you put it out on the page. Again, no judgment, no editing, no stopping. Some people like to do a time limit where they write for, say, 5 minutes. Some people like to do a page limit where they just write until they fill up 2, 3 pages. Both of those will work. What matters is that you just start writing and you don't stop until it's all out of your head, until you can't go anymore. Writing prompts when you have no ideas, when you can't, when you hit that block and you can't get anything out of your head, or you feel like there's nothing in there, go to a writing prompt. There are hundreds of thousands of exercises and prompts and even journals that come with daily prompts for you to work with, and you can easily search them on the internet. um, One that I continue to come back to, one that actually brought me back to writing after so many years, is the Sahil Bloom method, the 1-1-1 method. One win, one stress, one gratitude. Those 3 simple things. I try to do that every day. Some days it's a sentence for each. Some days each one of them gets a page. Some days my win, my stress, and my gratitude are all the same. I got up out of bed today and I am proud of it. I am grateful that I was able to, and facing today is going to be stressful. And that's okay. What matters is the writing. And the last one, old school tip here: copy work. Copying other people's work, copying the greats. If reading tells us what good looks like, then copy work tells us what good feels like, right? Find your favorite author, your favorite poem, your favorite news article, your favorite movie dialogue. Copy that work, word for word, line for line, and get a feeling for what good feels like. This will help you when you come back to your writing so that you can emulate that style and and better feel how your writing will become good. And on more than one occasion, you've heard me talk about writing on paper, writing with a pen. That's a pro tip. I don't know what it is, but there is something different about having a pen in your hand and actually writing on paper. And I can't believe that I'm saying this, but for years, I was resistant and reluctant to having a journal. And over the last 4 years of having a journal, I thank my partner every day for bringing me back to it. Many of the pages of this journal are dedicated to thanking her for bringing me back to journaling. Just having a dedicated place, a dedicated space where I can just write makes it easier to do the writing. It lowers that bar and makes it easier for me to just write. After you write, then you refine, like a puzzle. You got to shake all the pieces out of that box, lay them all out on the table, and then put a little bit of work in, see where all of those pieces go, congratulate yourself for the work done, then you stand up, walk away, and come back to it later, refreshed, recharged, and ready to be even more critical and put work into that puzzle. It's the same with writing. Once you get that first draft out, once you write with abandon, brain dump everything in your head, you feel good about that first draft. You're glad that you got it done, and you should congratulate yourself for it. Then you stand up, you walk away, you put it down for an hour, a day, a week. You come back to it when you're ready, when that feeling of elation has worn off, and you're ready to approach that writing with a critical eye. You're ready to approach that writing and refine it into even better writing, into clear writing. Two major tools to do this. Proofreading is simply reading your work to catch the most obvious mistakes. Spell check and grammar check that are built into most native writing platforms are going to do a lot of the heavy load for you, but they're not going to catch everything, right? A sentence can be free of grammatical errors, can be free of spelling mistakes, and make no sense. It can be repetitive or unclear or even unnecessary. So we proofread the document to make sure that we are catching those idiosyncrasies, catching those errors that obscure our message, catching those words that just don't fit, catching those awkward phrases, and then fix them. Great proofreading tactic, reading aloud, right? Words are symbols that record the sounds that we make. Language is spoken. Every language has a rhythm, has a song. The sentence can be clear, concise, and accurate, but if it sounds awkward, it's not going to land. So read your work aloud. And if you want to know what good writing sounds like, read your favorite authors aloud and understand and emulate the sound and the rhythm that they have. That will also take your writing to the next level. Another old school proofreading tip, reading backwards. This one I learned from my mom. When it absolutely positively can be no less than perfect, print out that document and read every single word backwards. Start at the end, move to the beginning, reading backwards. It will be so foreign to your brain that it will force you to examine and question every single word, every single line, and make sure that it is accurate, that it is tight, that it is clear, that it's concise, and that it's exactly what you want. And then finally, get feedback. Again, if it really matters, if you want your writing to go somewhere, if you want your writing to improve, you're going to need to get feedback, right? Someone who is not you, who is not as close to the work that you're doing as you are, someone who is willing to devote their time and attention, someone you trust to give you good feedback, you're going to have to find that person and then give it up. Give them the actual writing, hand it over, and be ready to take that feedback. Trust your work, feel the fear, and then hand that page over. Now, whether it's one person or many, ideally you're looking for feedback from a mix of your target audience or someone who is very knowledgeable about your target audience, an honest and critical editor. Notice I didn't say kind. Kindness is not a requirement, because feedback is a gift, one that you do not need to accept. You want someone who will be honest and critical about the work that you are doing and give you good feedback. And lastly, you want someone with more experience than you, someone who you trust, who has done what you're trying to do to give you their feedback based in their knowledge and experience. Now, AI can help us here, right? Take your favorite piece of writing, upload it to a chatbot, and ask it some questions about is this clear? Does this make sense? How can I improve this argument, right? Like we said in the prior video, how LLMs work, add some more context. Tell it what you're writing about. Tell it why the writing matters. Tell it a little bit about your audience, your target audience, and then ask those same questions and watch the feedback improve with the added context. But a word of caution, AI can help us to a point. Don't let the bot flatten your voice. Don't let the bot remove your voice. Like I said in the video, the LLM's feedback is based on probability. It's an educated guess based on the probability of the next likely word out of all of the words in their training data. The feedback that they're giving you, what they're telling you is what your piece should probably look like to resemble other people's writing that it's been trained on. Some of that feedback will be good. Adopt too much of that feedback and it will no longer be your writing. It will no longer be your voice. So the bots can help us with that feedback, but they can only help us to a point. It's for you to decide what feedback to take and what to leave behind to make sure your voice, make sure your writing is intact. Why this matters. Writing may be the most critical part of your learning. If reading is the raw input, then critical thinking starts the process, starts the transformation of that raw material into insights and ideas. But they remain amorphous, ephemeral, no distinction, no shape. Writing is what polishes, what refines, what solidifies those ideas. It becomes an artifact that represents what we've read and what we think. It clarifies to ourselves and others what we've learned and why it matters. It's the transformation of your knowledge into the unique value proposition that you offer to your customers. It's the summation of your research that proves to your committee why the issue is of critical importance and deserving of further study and funding. It's the distillation of your experience that you pass on to your students, to your mentees, to your kids, that information that jumpstarts their learning flywheel so they can learn more, better, faster than you did. So, what's the next action? Did you really think it was going to be anything else? No, go write something. Go write something today. Grab yourself a pen and a piece of paper. Find yourself a new journal and just go write something. Do some free association, do some free writing, and just write for a couple of minutes on whatever comes to your brain. Do some copy work. Go get your favorite book, your favorite play, pick a passage, and just write it out word for word. Do the 1-1-1 method from Sahil Bloom. One win, one stress, and one gratitude. And tell me how you feel when you get that out on the page. And if none of that works and you still can't figure out what to write about, then come talk to me. Prof T will be happy to give you some homework. You can leave a comment here, or you can check me out on theproft.com. Sign up for the mailing list, join the class so that we can all learn and write and build together. While you're there, check out my social medias, like, follow, share here as well as on YouTube, and let me know what you're writing about. Let me know what your next tiny writing experiment will be so that we can all share in the great writing that we are doing and the improvements that we're making. As always, thank you for your time, thank you for your attention, and let me know what I can do for you.